Welcome to northeast of Algonquin. My name's Kara, and I run a small homestead in the woods with my boyfriend John in eastern Ontario in Canada. We have 3 dogs, a wild raspberry foraging chihuahua named Dexter, and livestock guardian dogs, Bridget and Athena. And there's the cats, Phoenix, who is an affectionate menace, and Freya, who's the sweetest, dopiest cat in the entire world. And we can't forget Layla, our velveteen lob rabbit. Oh yeah, and somewhere around 50 chickens. Life on the homestead is always chaotic. There's daily chores that need doing, and hardly anything goes to plan. There's always at least one project, or 5, on the go, and the list of things that needs fixing never seems to end. You probably won't see John on camera very much, but join me while we navigate the ups and downs of homesteading and learning on the go. This life we've chosen is anything but easy, but we wouldn't trade it for the world. Good morning, guys. I am out in the coop today. Still feeling a little bit burnt out, but I figured I need to do a task that I can complete, something that I can just get done. And so I decided that today, so I'm just watching my young chicks here fighting over a very small amount of food that's on the floor that got knocked out of the bin. Anyway, I need to complete, or I need to do a task that I can start and finish. Something that's not going to take me a long time to do, because I just need that sense of accomplishment, and that will help me with my burnout. And yeah, so my task that I've chosen for the day is to lower these roosts. Now, ideally, I would replace them because, as you can see, they're not exactly straight. They are just, they're they were what I had at the time. But they are supported in the middle. They're not going anywhere. But I don't believe I have wide enough wood that is long enough to do both roosts all the way across. And so we're just going to lower the ones that I have right now down. At a later date, I will switch them over to, what are they? It's not 2x6. Maybe it is 2x6. Yeah, 2x6 that I've got on the other side. Yeah, it's 2x6. Anyway, so yeah, for right now, we're just going to lower them down. The reason that I'm doing this is, well, it's 2 reasons that I'm doing this. One, the smaller birds don't really go up and roost. And I think it's because they don't like going up the very long ladder on the other side here. Let me see if I can show you guys without, you've seen it before, but this ladder on the other side here, I don't think they like going up that, and so they haven't been, but I have noticed recently that these chicks are hilarious. I've noticed recently that some of the young Silkies have been trying to get up to the roosts, and they've been roosting kind of here on the ramp. And so clearly they want to roost. They just don't really know how to get all the way up there, I don't think. So I figure if I lower them down, then that'll help with that. And also, a few days ago, came in here and went to flip on the light, which is above me here, and this bulb, so there's one here and there's one there in the grow up pen, and this bulb didn't turn on. And so I was like, okay, like my first thought before I even looked at it was bulb burnt out, it's fine. Bulb had not burnt out. Thankfully, we use they're daylight bulbs, but they're plastic, they're not glass. And so thankfully, we use the plastic bulbs because let me see if I can show you guys without it being too bright. So basically from here, no, forward, back, there we go. This part from the plastic down, like from the casing down, had snapped off. And so I think what happened is sometimes the birds spook each other and they'll fly up and off the roosts. And I think what happened is somebody flew up and off the roosts and managed to collide with the light bulb. And yeah, just broke it off and it was on the ground. And so that had to be replaced. So we've got some broody hens in here who are making an awful lot of noise. And these guys, rather than going outside, are trying to sunbathe in a little like patch of sun. Look at this. This is ridiculous. Look at these chicks. These are the small ones, the young ones that are all like in this little patch here. All right, play nice. In this little patch here, trying to soak up like maybe a foot squared of sunlight rather than just going outside and enjoying the sunlight. I might actually boot them out. Yeah. Thank you, buddy. One thing I did do, I don't know if you'll actually be able to even see. I finally went and got myself a tool belt. I should have done this years ago. It'll just make my life with projects and all that so much easier. Yeah, I don't have a ton in it at the moment, but I've got my clip for my drill and all the things that I need for today. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get started. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is just pull these top boards off for now. Ignore the crap on here. I've got to clean out the coop too. That's also another project this weekend. Well, not project, but a job. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull these boards off. There, these ones, the two roosts, I'm going to pull them off. And I'm going to just take them out of the coop until I get everything adjusted. And because I have to adjust the boards at the sides where they attach to the sides. Look at the lens, Kara, not at yourself. Have to adjust where they attach to the sides here. I have to adjust those down, and then I need to take these and cut them down. So I'm going to use my laser level for that to get everything lined up. Hopefully the tripod that I have it on works, because it is my crappy tripod that is missing one of the tiny little feet. So hopefully I can actually get it to level out properly. And yeah, I think I'm going to lower them down by 18 inches, maybe. This one is currently probably close to 5 feet, I would say, this lower one. So yeah, I'm going to lower it down probably a good 18 inches for both of them. Let me think. Yeah, I don't know, 18 inches, 2 feet, something like that. We'll figure it out as we go. But yeah, I'm going to throw you guys on a time lapse and we'll get started.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you. Oh, I can't believe you love me. I just feel so lucky. Still can't believe you love me.
Okay. Well, I didn't exactly make taking this apart again easy on myself. Yes, hello, we hear you. We've got the egg song going on, so apologies for that. Hopefully you can hear me over them. Didn't exactly make this easy on myself. I realized that the supports on either end, I didn't screw in, I nailed in. So that complicates things. I'm also gonna have to take the roost down there on that side off because I have to lower down the supports that I've nailed in. Damn it. Or I need to find new 2x4s to use to put new ones up and just leave the other ones where they are. So, yeah. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go about 16, 18 inches down for each roost. So that would bring the top roost to about here. I don't know if you guys can even see this, the laser line on camera, but it is here. So that would bring the top roost down to here, which would put the bottom roost about here. And I figure that should be good for Silkies to be able to get up onto. And it means I can drastically shorten that ramp going up too. So yeah. Anyway, now I have to go and figure out if I have extra 2x4s that I can just cut and use, or if I need to actually pry these ones off. Sawzall the ones on this side off. Yeah, hadn't realized I nailed them in. Kind of wish I didn't. But that's where we're at. So, you know, thank you to past me for not thinking ahead. And I've already forgot my measurement. All right. Go and get the measurement again. I think it was 34 5/8 or something like that. So you'll notice when I put this 2x4 in here that it's kind of holding up the board a little bit. And part of that is that the board that I'm using for the roost is warped, has warped over time. But one thing that I always forget, because we did do a complete rebuild on this section here of the, well, I guess the cabin addition. Um, we didn't do the foundation and the floor that was already existing, because this cabin, the original owners built this cabin, and in behind the wall here is an actual log cabin with full round logs that they had built when they were building the main house. And so this section where we've rebuilt the coop here is was an addition, and it was the kitchen. And so there was a hole in the concrete of the foundation that would have been used for cold storage, um, for to store food with. And I always forget that when we did the floor, we raised up the floor off of the concrete and did a raised floor so that uh, if we ever had flooding in here, the water wouldn't touch the bedding, because we've had issues with that in our old coop. Um, and so the floor in the middle here is slightly higher. Um, and I always forget about that, but the boards are also a little bit warped as well. So here you can see that this is the main part of the cabin, which we're just using for storage at the moment. And the wall to the right here is the wall in the coop that I'm working against. And yeah, it was, for some reason, they just took the outside of the cabin and put stucco over it. But it kind of works out well for the coop because it's not, we don't have chicken poop ruining the walls of the or the logs of the cabin that way. Um, but yeah, there's a hole that's covered up, um, that was cold storage, and so I always forget that section of the floor is just slightly higher. All right, so the roosts have been lowered. Now what I need to do is, for the smaller birds, because now the bigger birds can get up here easy, is shorten the ramp that I had so that it goes from here down to probably, this far into the thing, the door. So I'm literally just going to take my measuring tape and measure and get an approximate, what's that, 51 inches? That should be okay. 51 inches. Because I would still like to keep it over here so it's not in the way. What do we think? There should be fine. Oh, 52 inches maybe. And we'll go from there. That way, if I need to cut it shorter, then I can cut it shorter. So yeah, I'm gonna go do that. I'll be back. Okay, so then I need, which ones? These ones. Gonna actually fasten this ramp. I mean, removable, but gonna put in some screw eyes and hooks, so that I can just hook it on and take it off when I need to move it to clean. So. Ollie, why are you being so damn noisy today, girl? You're just not pleased with anyone today. What I should have done is just pre-drilled these, but I don't think I have. Maybe I do have bits in the, okay, let's test this out. Oh, they do. Awesome. There are magnets. Cool, that works. I'll have to put them back in the pack. All right, I need to see if I have a bit that'll work for pre-drilling. Ollie girl, what is your deal, man? Hopefully these bite enough to hold, because this wood isn't the best that I'm screwing into, so. This board that I'm using is very, very old. It was from what we learned was the old outhouse, but it's basically old barn board type thing. And so it doesn't have a ton of structural stability, but it works for stuff that's not going to be heavy weight on it. We've got a bunch of them. I've turned the shelves that are in my kitchen are made with these boards. They're very beautiful weathered wood. And when I did this, I was just using what I had. And at the time, I needed a very long board. And that was what I had for a very long board, so it worked. Okay, so minus the drill and the hammer and the laser level, or the hammer, the nail gun. Yeah, we're gonna call this good for now. So we went from the back roost being up here, the front one being there, to about 18 inches lower. So they're much lower now. The feet are secured into the ground, and this should work for the time being at least, until I do 2x6 roosts. So yeah, anyway, it has gotten warm, and we're looking at a hot day today, so I'm going to call that good. So yeah, that is project done. I've got whole bunches of noisy birds. That's this one here and that one down there that are squawking at the moment. But we're going to call that project done. We're going to call that project done for now. And I'm going to gather up my tools and lock the drill so it doesn't go off under my arm. Yeah, I know. She's mad. She's broody, and she's mad that Ollie was trying to get into her box. Ollie is here. Ollie's dad was an olive egger, and that's why she's named Ollie. She is an Easter egger. But yeah, we're gonna call that project done for now. I'm gonna put away the laser level, put away the crappy tripod that we've only used for stuff like this. get all the tools put away. And yeah, we got some happy birds outside. And it's 1 o'clock now. May or may not clean the coop today. I might do it tomorrow morning when it's a little bit cooler, because it has gotten fairly warm out here now. I mean, there's a bit of a breeze, so it's not too bad. But once that sun comes out, the back and forth run between the coop door here and the manure pile, which is behind the garage, gets pretty friggin' hot. But yeah, at some point here, I need to take the pile of dirt that I created across here and remove that. It needs to go because it's going to be blocking water, because all along here we get ice buildup and snow buildup in the no matter how we could shovel and snow blow and whatever, it's always going to build up here because we're on a downgrade in the winter. And so I need that gone, because I do try to drain it out and around the back of the garage. So yeah, anyway, yeah, this is one of those old boards that I was telling you about. This is one of the old roosts from the old coop. Very beautiful boards once they're sanded down and all that. But yeah, anyway, we're going to call that good for today. And hope everybody's having a great day. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.